Hey, it's me, Tiaesha. Welcome back to my channel. So I figured I'm at the airport in Denver and we're getting ready to go home. We're wrapping up our trip. Oh, sorry about the glare. There we go. That's better lighting. And I figured I would do like a Denver fun facts video. And I don't even know if I could call it a fun fact. It's kind of like would I recommend you visit Denver for your next family vacation? And let me just start by telling you some of the interesting things about Denver. So, as you know, Denver is the mile high city because you technically are a mile above elevation. And let me tell you, the elevation matters. We are from the East Coast, so we're not used to mountain. We're not used to hiking up anything. The city I live in is pretty flat, pretty green. Denver is a little bit different. Denver is very brown. And I like, if you go up in the mountains, it's different. But the city of Denver is very brown and almost dirty looking. This is no disrespect to the city at all. I'm just telling you my observation as an outsider. So they get 300 days of sunshine, which probably leads to the fact, which is why there's so many homeless people here. I'll talk about that in a minute. But you're next to the Rocky Mountains. You're not in the mountains. Denver is technically not the mountains. It's surrounded by the mountains, the Rocky Mountains. If you are not a walker, I would definitely recommend before you come, just walking around your neighborhood. Maybe a month before you come to prepare yourself because you're going to walk. It's a walking city. But if you also plan on going anywhere outside of Denver, be it up to zip line or to do the Red Rocks, the amphitheater, I recommend you walk because even if you walk, how can I say this? The elevation will get to you. Like I literally found myself walking up steps and having to stop to catch my breath. And I was talking to my husband about it and I said, I feel like I'm out of shape. And there is a little bit of me being out of shape, but I think it's also the fact that it's the elevation that it leaves you like out of breath. So I would prepare yourself for that.
The oxygen gets thinner.
Yes, the oxygen is definitely thinner. So just FYI. It's definitely a dog-friendly city. So if you're traveling here and you have Fido, Dumbo, and Rocco, they are welcome. Everywhere we went, there were dogs. There were dogs in our hotel. There were dogs in the restaurant. I saw dogs. There was probably for every dog, there was another dog. What else? I have a little list. It's a very park-friendly city. So if you like to run, hike, or not hike, if you like to run or jog or walk, there's parks everywhere. It's an interesting city. So we would drive around and it would be run down, graffiti on the wall, run down, and then you drive by a row of beautiful homes. And then you would drive by, in that same row of beautiful homes, a crappy home. So it's an interesting city. Like most cities, I think all cities are like that. I know Charlotte's like that where I'm from. You have really fancy areas, and then literally you can throw a rock at, a rundown business that homeless people are occupying. Let's talk about the homeless people. So as you know, Denver is a smoker city, so you can smoke marijuana in Denver on the streets. It smelled like marijuana. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know if it's because I'm not used to the smell because I don't smoke marijuana. That was whew, it was in my face. And everybody does it. I'm not saying I saw everybody do it, but everybody does it. Even homeless people do it. Again, I will talk about the homeless people in a minute. But yes, you can smoke pot in the street. You can also, something I didn't, it was weird to see people smoking cigarettes in the street. I don't know if that's just because people don't do that in Charlotte or I don't notice it. I'm not saying they don't do it. It's something that I don't notice. But people just smoking in the street, and it was just weird to me. And then you walk by somebody and they would just smell like pot. And then you get the homeless people. There's a ton of homeless people. Homeless people do not necessarily bother me. We travel a lot. Me and my kids, we go to a lot of major cities. And the first time we experienced real homelessness outside of our own cities when we went to Asheville, North Carolina. And we just had a conversation with our children that homeless people are people. They deserve to be treated with respect. You don't have to go out of your way to help them or give them money or anything like that, but you still need to respect them. Like if they're laying in the street, which we have had that happen. We were in New York last year, and there was a gentleman literally sleeping in the middle of the street or the sidewalk, and people just walked over him. You don't step on them, you don't kick them, you're not disrespectful. They're people too. They're just down on their luck. And when I say don't go out your way to help them, this is what I mean. If you give a homeless person $5 in front of other homeless people, you will be giving $5 to everybody. Now, if they're standing panhandling, that's a different story. But if they're just sitting there minding their own business, you don't need to offer them any help. You don't need to spread the word of Jesus to them. Just let them be. I mean, that's the gist of it. But boy, oh boy, there were so many homeless people. And I don't know if it's because we're still in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know the laws and regulations in Denver, but I wanted to go to the Capitol building, and right next to the Capitol building is a beautiful park. I mean, their Capitol building is gorgeous. It's got that gold dome. It's a gorgeous building. But there were homeless people all over the place, literally like camped out. That's where they stayed. And I don't know if it's because they can't kick them out yet because we're in the middle of a pandemic, or if that's just normal. I don't know. But I was like, I just didn't feel comfortable walking through there. And again, I didn't feel unsafe. It's just they were everywhere. Like I would have been dodging and weaving, and it wasn't worth it to me. There goes the dog. Speaking of dogs, there she goes. Can you see her? There she goes. And they definitely had like a tent city. So I don't know if you know what tent city is, but tent city is where people there's a city of tents, and there's usually homeless people. And then I saw something that just kind of solidified my trip. Like I was done after this. I saw a homeless man sitting on a bench with a young lady next to him. Now they both looked of age. I'm not saying young lady like she's underage, but she had her breast out. She was sleeping, and you can imagine what he was doing with her body in the middle of broad daylight. And I was just like, is this normal? And apparently that's normal. Like nobody did anything. Nobody stopped. And it was on 16th Street. So if you know anything about 16th Street, that's the major mall area. Like he was sitting on a bench off of 16th Street. And I just thought, it just upset me so much that I was seeing that in broad daylight. I mean, they were both she was passed out. Like he probably could have been having sex with her and she wouldn't have batted an eye. Like that's it. So I say that to tell you that if you're bringing your family, I would definitely have the conversation with them. Don't gawk at them, don't stare at them, but they are there. There's no getting past it. I would definitely say, I'm going to try to wrap this up. If you are in Denver, you can make Denver downtown your hub. Like you can have your hotel there, but I would definitely get out of Denver. Like enjoy Denver, do the things that are in the city, the museum, the aquarium, do some of the walking trails, but I would definitely go out. I would go to the Garden of the Gods. I would go to Red Rocks. I would do zip lining, although it was I'm an anxious driver, and I'll have a vlog with all of that stuff, but getting up that mountain, oh my God, like I was sweating. Like I'm just, because it was just me and Jacob and I. But yes, definitely get out of Denver. Go experience it. It really is, once you get past the homelessness and the weed smell and the dirtiness, it is a neat city. If you like beer, there was beer everywhere. Last but not least, speaking of beer, I'm segueing here. We tried to go eat at many different places, go to many different breweries, and we didn't because we couldn't find parking. Like we tried to eat at Denver Biscuit Co., and we just couldn't find any parking. Like we literally probably drove around for 10 minutes trying to find parking, and it just didn't happen. So we wind up eating at a McDonald's. So just be prepared for the parking. We paid to park at the hotel. Everywhere we went, we had to pay to park. We bought aquarium tickets and so had to pay to park. So just keep that in mind, that when you come, just budget parking in. Other than that, I am glad I came. I won't come back. Do I think you should come? Google it, do your research, do your homework. if it interests you, then come. I mean, if you can get a really decent flight, then come. I will say if you come, see the inside of the city, but then definitely go outside. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will try to post the vlog video soon. We had a good time, right, Jacob? We had a good time. We had a good time. It was fun. So thank you. Bye, guys.